Welcome back. We are joined by Manpreet Joshi, who is a regulated Canadian immigration consultant with SIA Immigration Solutions. Thanks for being here, Manpreet.
I'm glad that I got the opportunity to be here.
Yeah, this is great, and we're going to talk about a really neat topic and quite timely with students graduating from university and talking a little bit about how they can stay in the city, how they can stay here in Canada. But before we get to that, I want to ask you a little bit about what a regulated Canadian immigration consultant actually does. So what do you do?
So we help for all the Canadian immigration matters, so be it spousal sponsorship, parental sponsorship, if the international students who are graduating from various Canadian universities and looking to, get postgraduate work permits and then eventually settling permanently in Canada. So anything related to Canadian immigration, we're here to help.
That's great. So let's talk a little bit about those international students that are getting ready to graduate and what are their options to stay?
The most important thing that they should definitely pay attention to is applying a postgraduate work permit.
Okay.
Now, most of them already know that they have this option. But it is a very important application as it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that students get after graduation.
Okay.
Well, the application is pretty simple, but there are some important factors that they need to consider. Sometimes, students think that it is too simple, and I'm not saying that they cannot apply themselves. Well, they certainly can, but there are necessary components in the transcripts and how they present the application. Do they have any gaps in the study? How they have finished their program? What were the grades? So everything should be taken into consideration before applying.
Right. Have that all ready to go.
Yes.
All the information.
Yes, yeah. Certainly. And now IRCC, the Immigration Canada, has also changed the laws for postgraduate work permit.
Right.
So now a student has 180 days after they graduate to apply for a postgraduate work permit. Before they only had like 90 days.
Oh,
so this
okay.
is a good news. It puts the entire process at ease, not so stressful.
But this is a one-time, like that 180 days, and then after that, it's done. You can't apply for that ever again, right?
No, if you study again, you can apply.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can apply. But for an example, if you've studied a 2-year program and you haven't presented your application properly, and you only got a work permit of 1 year. However, a 2-year program is entitled for a 3-year work permit.
Right.
After that, no matter even if you study 5-year program, you're not going to get it again.
Right.
So it is very important that you get the maximum amount of work permit in the first go.
Yeah, we have a lot of international students studying at TRU, and I know that this is really important for them to know.
Yes.
How hard is it, Manpreet, after you graduate? Is there a lot of confusion around how to find a job and that sort of thing? Are international students sort of at a loss sometimes? Is that why this is so important that you can help them with that? Yeah,
certainly. Like sometimes there aren't all the jobs that can eventually help them to settle permanently in Canada if they are looking to do so. So there are certain jobs and there are options there are many options that are available for them to get permanent residency. Each and every option has a further subcategories, how they can be eligible. And it depends on what kind of job you're doing. All the jobs are certainly not eligible. It has to be a certain skill level based on your previous education, how many points you're getting, how you can go through there are many programs like Provincial Nominee Program for British Columbia where students who are graduating from all over Canada can come find an employer and a job in BC and apply for PR.
Okay.
But all the jobs and all the employers are not eligible.
Right.
So jobs need to meet the requirement and employers need to meet the requirement. Which area you are in. Are you in Caribou? Are you in Kootenays or Northern British Columbia? So it depends. And what job you're doing, is it eligible or not? How the company looks like, how long the employer has been operating in BC. Right. So many things.
There's a lot of factors.
Yes. So that's why sometimes they're unsure. And it is it is a very sensitive application because students has work permit. There is a deadline on it. You must, get your application through before your 2 years has expired for graduation, and your work permit has not expired yet, and all these factors.
Yeah.
So these applications can be very sensitive sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, and you want to do it right the first time, right?
Exactly.
For more information, you can get a hold of Manpreet through her website there, siaimmigration.com, and also her phone number is there. If you want to find out any more information on how to apply for this application process, or just any questions you have about.
Yeah, certainly.
Certainly. We really appreciate your time. Thank you, Manpreet.
Thank you so much for having me here. Thanks.
All right, we'll talk to you quite soon, I'm sure. And we're back after a break, so don't go anywhere. Stay with us.